Good morning! Happy Erev Shabbat! The Parsha of the week is Parshat Behar. The Parsha of the week is Parshat Behar. The Parsha of the week is Parshat Behar. Parshat Behar. Did you hear what I said? The Parsha this week is Parshat Behar. Does that sound familiar? That might be somebody's favorite Parsha. Well, this week's Parsha talks about a couple of very important mitzvot. The first one is called interest. We Jewish people do not charge interest. Do you know what interest means? Let's say Mr. Joe needs some money. Oh, I really need $5 and I don't have any money. Let me ask my neighbor, Mr. Harry. And so Mr. Joe goes to Mr. Harry's house and he says, "Hey, Mr. Harry, can I borrow $5? And Mr. Harry says, "Sure you can." And he gives him $5. And he says, "Hey, Mr. Joe, when you pay me back, you need to give me an extra $1. What? He wants an extra $1 besides for that $5? That's called interest, and we do not charge interest. If he borrowed $5, he has to give back $5, not extra. That's the mitzvah of not charging interest. But we have another mitzvah in this week's Parsha that only applies in Eretz Yisrael, in the land of Israel. And it's only about your farm. Does everybody have a farm? Well, if you have a farm in Eretz Yisrael, look, you can come outside with me and I'm going to tell you what happens. Come on, let's go. I'm going to put my hat on because it's raining. I'm going to bring my seeds and come with me. Whoa, all wet. Come on out to my garden. Here we go. Okay. In Eretz Yisrael, when you have a garden or when you have a farm, you can plant and you can sow and you can get the soil all ready for 6 years. You can plant and you can sow and you can water and you can harvest for 6 years. But then, in the 7th year, we need to let the garden rest. So here's what we do. You can walk around that. Here's what we do. If we have some earth, we might want to make sure that our earth is nice and soft. So we'll mush it around. And we may even put some good nutrients to make sure that the things that we plant are going to grow nicely. And then we're going to take some seeds. Let's try these ones. No, we'll try these ones today. Okay, hold on. Hold on just a minute. We're going to take some seeds and we're going to plant them in the earth. I'm going to plant some beet seeds and we're going to plant them in the earth. And then we're going to make sure that there's no weeds around. So if there's anything that doesn't belong in there, we're going to get it out of here. And then we're going to water it. So we're going to get some water and we're going to water it. And then when it grows, we're going to harvest it. And maybe we're going to eat it, or maybe we're going to sell it. We can do this for 6 years. But in the 7th year, we're not going to do it anymore. We're going to let our land rest. We're not going to mush around the earth. We're not going to put the seeds in. We're not going to pick the weeds out. We're not going to harvest the plants. We're going to let our ground rest for the whole year. Now you might be worried because you might say, if I let the ground rest, I won't have any wonderful vegetables to eat. But Hashem tells us, don't worry. If you keep the year of Shemitah and let the land rest in the 7th year for Shemitah, you will have plenty for the 6th year and the 7th year and the next year, when even though you didn't plant, you'll still have enough food. And not just that, after 7 cycles of this, we have the year of Yovel. And in that year, we also let the earth rest. And if we have any slaves, we have to let them go free. And if we have a house that we bought from someone else, we have to give it back. That is the year of Yovel. And believe it or not, there is one extra Parsha this week. The second Parsha of the week is Parshat Bechucotai. And that is a Parsha all about promises. Hashem promises the Jewish people that if they do all of these mitzvot that are special in Eretz Yisrael, there's going to be peace. People are going to be nice to each other. There's going to be plenty of rain so that all of the land can grow beautiful things. There won't be enemies who start up with the Jewish people. There won't even be wild animals. Get this wild animal out of here. There won't even be wild animals that start up with the Jewish people. There will be only good blessings for all of the Jewish people. Bye, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.